Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to make an ephemera holder like this size. And this is what the inside looks like. Each pocket has a pocket in the back, and then they have a vellum pocket or tracing paper, or the, what are they called, where you put papers in them and they're clear. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. And then you put their 3-ring binder. You put it in a 3-ring binder. You can use anything that is clear because I'll be stitching the pockets on. And there are 5, so there's 10 pages plus the front and back. So there's 12 pages total to put double pockets in. And I have 2 of these, and I have a bigger one, and they're very useful. I use them all the time. So we're going to set that aside, and hopefully I remember how to make it. So here's my vellum. This is going to be my cover, and then my back sheet. This is going to be the spine. And I am using Oohlala Vintage Treasure Ruffles and Roses paper pack. I also have this. I like how this label says Oohlala Vintage Treasure. So that will get cut out and put on the spine so I can see it, because they're all standing up like books. So we have that. We have heavyweights. I think these came off the back of paper pads. So we're going to make the covers and spine with that. And then I'm going to use this paper pad for my insides because it's all blush pink. All different color blush pink. So that's what we're going to do today. And bear with me, it's been a while since I've made one. But the size that we're making today is going to be 7 by 5 with a 2.5-inch spine. And it would have been nice if I got everything out beforehand, right? Alright, so let's use the, well, this might be a little bit easier. We're gonna do 7. We'll see if it'll cut. And that might be good enough for a spine. It's 4 inches. But yeah, we can cut that down for the spine. So what do I have? I have 7. No, 7 this way. 7 by 5. So there's 1, and you can use, I was going to use the knife and I changed my mind. So it's just cutting 7 by 5. I'm going to cut that one. That one's just a little more lightweight. So let's make our spine. We want it 2.5. And let me double check that. Okay, 2.5. I'm gonna do 2 3/4. No, I better stick with that 2.5. 2.5. by 5. Why does that not look right? Oh, because it was supposed to be by 7. Oh my goodness gracious. Are y'all yelling at me? So 2.5 by 7, not 5. Jeez. All right, now we got it. Let's get some of this stuff off the desk. I won't need that. But let's find my glue mat. Now we're just going to put it together. This mat is not flat. Not flat enough. It keeps moving. And it's easier to use the grid lines. Yes, I'm trying to be a perfectionist. So we're going to use some tape. Oh, great. Don't you hate when that happens? Yeah, there it goes again. How did that move? So how's y'all's weather? We had a cold front come through, so it's a bit chilly today. Yesterday it was cold and very windy. There we go. And did I mention that this is the Ruffles and Roses paper pack from Oohlala Vintage Treasures that I will be using. I don't know if I want to use that mat or not. For the covers. So I want to cut this in half. I'm going to cover that. I've been stuck on glue sticks lately. Which probably isn't a good idea. Oops. So it's a digital. I printed it out on 65-pound cardstock. And I used the white cardstock. A lot of times I use cream, which I'm out of. Cream gives it a vintage look. All right, perfect. Oh. Doesn't matter what glue you use, any glue that works for you. All right. I want to fold these in. Yes. Take a snip out of your corners. So that you don't have any bulk. Burnish it down really well. I'm using art glitter glue. You can use Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix, 3-in-1. Whatever glue works for you. The art glitter glue dries faster. Alright, this corner is there, perfect now. And why don't we fold these up before we glue them? This clear mat that I have, I just picked up at the Dollar Tree. It's a pack of 2. And it's a great mat. If you don't have the glass mat, then this is a great one to use when you're gluing or doing mixed media. I'm going to use this for gluing today. Perfect. Because I don't want to get glue all over the mat and take time to clean it. Alright, so let's figure out. I think I want this to be 4 inches if I remember from the last time I made it. No, 4 inches is not enough. Let's go maybe 4.5. Yeah, let's do 4.5. Yeah, that way, if you see, I like that it comes around. It has about a 1/2 inch there. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. I'm going to go over just a little bit. Let me see. Art Glitter Glue and Fabri-Tac are my go-to glues. They withstand the test of time. So there you go. There is the cover. That looks really nice. And if I had enough, I would use this. But let's get paper from the paper pad. And let's see, what do I want to cut this at? I forget the measurement, so I'm going to cut it this way. And then I'll give you a measurement. I'm bringing it into the middle of the spine, and the measurement for this piece is 5 3/4, and it should be 6 3/4. Hopefully that side. Yeah, it's not going to come over as much as I want it to, but it'll be fine. So 1 12 by 12 covers the inside. All right. Let me find a glue stick. Just making sure. See my pencil line right there. That happened because I folded it before it was dry. I don't want that gap there. All right, we're gonna let that sit and dry while we get our papers. All right, so that is 4 3/4. It should be 5. If I remember correctly. But it's reading 4 3/4. Yeah, it's 5. We're doing 5. So what was that measurement? 5 by 7? So we need 10 total sheets. Oh my goodness, come on. Because you have 5 sheets, but you have them backed 2 different cards. So we need 10 total sheets. But you can get, what, 2 out of this? So let's do one and double check. We need 5 by 7 2 times. So there's 7. And there's 5. Line that up. And there's 5. All right. So we only need 5 pages from there. Let me get, and then these are not throwaways. These are going to be your pockets. And that's about the size that the pocket is. If I remember right, I did 2 inches. Yeah, that's 2 inches. And we'll be cutting all of these strips into 2 inches. So what do we do? 5 by 7. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. We can use that for the pockets as well. These colors are very cool. I can't tell the difference on these colors. This is like a purple color, isn't it? I think we need one more. And then I can put that on the floor. All right. So what we do is we pair these up. We can just leave the same color, and then we're doing a 1/2 inch, if I remember correctly. Can you believe I'm going off of memory? Maybe it's a 1/4 inch. Nope, it's a 1/2. I was right. So let me get a scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, don't worry about it. You don't need it. You can easily do it with a ruler and your bone folder. You can just take a ruler and your bone folder on a soft mat. So we are doing this at a 1/2 inch. And I had 2 there, I only want 1. Whoops, don't press too hard that you rip it. Very easy to put together. Just take some time. Like I said, I'll be stitching the pockets on. I can try to I'm trying to think if I should end the video when I stitch it so you don't have to watch it, and then bring the videos together. I haven't done that, but I learned how to add that intro, which is bringing 2 videos together, basically. So I think I can do it. All right, so we're gonna cut these at, oh, they're not even 2 inches. 1 1/2, 1 3/4. Yeah, they're 1 3/4. But it doesn't matter, it's whatever you want, but 1 3/4, whatever that is, works. These are a little over 2. I'm just going to cut these down to 1 3/4, just because they're over 2. If they were right at 2, I would leave them alone. But they need to be cut down. right, so the total pockets that we need is, what is there, 10 times 2, so 20, so 24. So we just need these 2 by, oh my goodness. I'm thinking of 2 different things at once. So I'm throwing myself off. By 4.5. These are much longer. So 4.5. So I think I will get all these pieces cut. When I say 4.5. And then come back and hopefully I can join the videos together just fine. So go ahead and, if you're following along, cut all of these. And let's see what size is this. Okay. I'm going to do this off camera, and I'm going to cut all these. When you cut the vellum, I'm going to also cut the vellum. I left it a little, like 1/8 of an inch, so that you can get into your vellum pocket. So if you're doing 4 3/4 on this, then do 4.5, or not 4 3/4, the 1 3/4. Oh my goodness gracious. 1 3/4, then do 1.5 for your width on the vellum, times the 4.5. I should write this stuff down. All right, that way we can go back over this. So your book is 7 by 5 with a 2.5 inch spine. Your pages are, what did we say they were? 5 by 7. Duh, of course they are. 5 by 7, and then you score them at 1/2 inch. And then when you cut your pockets, you're making your pockets at 1 3/4 or 2 inches, whatever works for you. I just don't want them too deep, because then you lose things and you can't find them. So 1 3/4 is perfect. By 4.5, and then you're going to do your vellum pockets a little bit less, so that will be at 1.5 by 4.5. All right, we got it. So I'm going to cut everything, and then hopefully I can join the videos together. So it'll be just a second, not even a second for you. All right, welcome back. That should have been a quick pause for you, but if for some reason I can't join the videos together, this will be part 2. So what I did is we cut all of our pockets and our vellum pockets, which we have here. I went ahead and stitched them, but I'm going to, do one with you. This is what they look like. You're going to do one side of each sheet. You're going to put the pockets on. So I have one sheet here, and then we have our inside covers, and I left one to do with you. So let's do that. So you want to have a good strong glue, especially if you're not going to stitch the pockets. And you want a fine tip, because you don't want the glue taking up all the room in your pocket. So my pockets on the covers inside covers are obviously not getting stitched. So we want good glue on there. And then as far as placement, I didn't measure, I just eyeballed it. When you put it down, you want to spread your glue towards the out. You don't want the glue to spread inside. Vellum pieces. I ran out of vellum when I was cutting them, and I did not want to cut up a whole new sheet, I think for 3. I had 3 left. So I'm using my offcuts, which are smaller. But that's okay. Again, push the glue out, not in. All right, so that's our cover. I went ahead and put my Oohlala Vintage Treasures label on here. So when it's sitting in my bookshelf, that's what I'll see. Beautiful, isn't that beautiful? So we'll let that dry and we will do this pocket. I left one. To do with you. So you just want to get the glue, a thin bead of glue. And I'm stitching, so I don't really need to put that much glue on. You want to fold this up and just put it down up against that. See the glue seepaged out? You want it to go out. And again, I'm just eyeballing. Because you want room at the top so your stuff doesn't stick out. And you want room down here so, you know, it's the same amount of space. Now again, these are smaller, so they will not get stitched on the sides. So I need to make sure I glue the sides really well, because they're not going to reach. Unless I do one. I think I'll do one side. So that one side is getting, and you can see how the glue seeps out. So I'm not going to put as much on here. Come on. All right. So now I'm going to stitch these 2 pockets really quick. I don't think you're going to be able to see me, but I will do it quickly. By stitching the pockets, you're obviously enforcing them so that you can fill them up really nicely. I have a tendency to overstuff my pockets. All right, one more pocket to do. So because I overstuff them, or because it's stitched and I overstuff them, it holds really well. Oops. Went too far on that one. Alright, so here we are. Alright, so now we're going to put this together. Again, you want a strong glue. Oh, you know what I did? Darn it, no way. Upside down. There's one I didn't even stitch. Do you see what I did? They get glued together. So these pockets should have been turned around. So we're going to fix that. We are just going to keep it like this and bend this pocket over a little bit. We're going to have to do it like that, unfortunately. So these get glued together. Oh, that's so sad. That's awful. I can't believe I did that. So you want to glue your sheets together. Good thing this is just for me. If you do want me to make you one, then I will do that, and I will not screw it up. Just private message or email me. I didn't get this. It will be okay. I'm certainly not going to start over. I could, but I'm not going to. I'll still have enough room in the pocket, so it'll be fine. And then there's a pocket I didn't stitch right there. Unbelievable. This one's right. How is this one right? That one's correct. I don't know how. I am confused. All right. Fabri-Tac would be a good glue to do this with because it's very strong. And I just bent my needle. So now we're going to put the pages in our book. And you have the two flaps folded over. You're going to start with the front and you're going to glue it down. You're going to butt up to that seam. Put lots of glue because you're going to be putting lots of stuff in the pocket. Oh, that just moved, so you definitely want it to hold. And that's the problem with Fabri-Tac. It takes longer to dry. Okay, that's turned the wrong way. I can't believe I've made 2 of these before. And I forgot what to do. Apparently, without even realizing I forgot. And then you're going to butt this one up to that. Burnish it down really well. And you want to make sure they're glued together so that they're seamless. Just like that. Probably should have used Fabri-Tac. I think it works better. Alright, see, that one's turned the wrong way too. Get that up against there. You want them buttoned up really tight. I don't know how I got these all bent the wrong way. And here's the last one. I can't wait to get this all filled. It's going to be full of my Oohlala Vintage Treasures fussy cut stuff from all of the various kits that I have, which is probably every single one of them. Or close to, maybe. So there you go. Let that dry. And you have a nice ephemera holder. But yeah, you gotta let it dry. And I used brown thread because that's what was in my machine. I probably should have put pink in there. Oops, I hope my head wasn't in the way. There we go. Let that dry. So that's all there is to it. It really is a simple project, as long as you don't do what I did. And again, if you want me to make one for you, I certainly can. Just private message me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and leave me a comment. Bye, y'all.